What is up, guys? So if you can't tell, I moved back into my apartment. And I spent the last 20 minutes trying to figure out where I was going to film this video because my room is so small and all the angles looked weird. Like one, you can see my bathroom. The other one is just a bunch of lamps in my bed and it's ugly. So I decided I'm going to film this way because I got these two cool posters there. And I might just buy a bunch of posters and cover that whole wall in posters as a cool backdrop. But anyways, now that I'm back, I'm going to be doing some reviews and stuff like that. I'd love to upload more, and I wanted to at home, but when my parents are there and I'm working and stuff like that, I just really didn't want to do it, honestly. It's not that I didn't have time, it's that I was so overwhelmed by everything else that I really didn't want to. Now that I'm at school, living on my own, it's going to be a lot easier and more fun for me to record these videos. So the next thing I want to do is really a review of the Z6. This camera is so awesome. People are giving a lot of flack for things like battery life and autofocus, and I really don't have any problems with that. I actually have a picture of me getting, I think it's like 850 photos with this, and still having 40% battery life left, which is crazy. It's only rated for 300 shots, but I've been getting good results. Also, the Tamron 70-200 G2 is a lens that I'm going to do a review on. I bought this pretty much with my D500 before I returned it, and I was hesitant to keep it because I have to use this adapter to use it with the Z6, and it turns out it works great with the adapter. There wasn't any play. I really wasn't worried about it as long as I was nervous about dangling the lens from the camera and swinging it around, because that doesn't seem like a good idea even if you have one that's the original mount. So I always made sure that I was holding it by the big lens and everything, and it worked fine. I didn't have any problems, and the firmware update for Tamron made this thing work perfectly. So I really like this lens a lot, and I used it mostly for my event in Vegas that I shot photos for. So if I didn't already say it, I shot a wedding and an event in Vegas with this camera, and the results were awesome. The autofocus is not really a problem for me. Most of my subjects aren't sprinting all over the place, even though they do move quite a bit, and it's low light. I really didn't have any problem nailing focus. So the camera performed awesome. The lens that I used the most was really this, because it's a 2.8 zoom, and I wanted to get a lot of tight shots on people's faces when they have like mad expressions or stuff like that when they're arguing in a panel, which looks pretty cool on a website, and you can kind of caption stuff like that. But really, for the rest of the time, I use the 24-70 for just walk around shots, and I love this lens. The only problem is it's f4, so it didn't focus in low light as good as the 2.8 or the Nikon 50mm 1.8. This camera is pretty dependent on big aperture lenses for focusing really dark. So when I was in a restaurant at one point, it was so dark that it was basically candlelit, and I had trouble with this lens, and I even had a little bit of trouble with this lens focusing, but with this open at 1.8, it seemed to focus perfectly fine. I did not use the low light autofocus because I felt like when I tried to use it, it was too slow, but that wasn't a problem. So anyways, guys, that's just a little update video about me. So I'm going to be posting some more videos pretty soon, and stay tuned for those, guys. So thanks for watching, and peace.